What's up, Moicano here. How you guys doing? Let's go. Do your thing every day, my brother. And today we're going to talk about some MMA news, my brother. You know, a lot of news in MMA. First, we're gonna start to checking the pound for pound rankings. And you can see Jon Jones at the first, Alexander Volkanovski at second, Islam Makhachev the third. Okay, I don't agree with Leon Edwards over here, but I'm gonna give my opinion on that. Okay, there is a report of Makhachev arguing against Jon Jones bullshit number one pound for pound ranking. And let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something, brother. I cannot understand Makhachev. He's arguing against Jon Jones. You know, Jon Jones, he did a lot of bad stuff on his career. Okay, but right now, and I think pretty much through all his career, he was the best pound for pound fighter in every division. Jon Jones is just a legend, brother. You cannot like the guy. You can say like he's wild and stuff, and that is the USADA thing. But you guys have to remember the picograms, like the USADA fail test. Right now, he would not fail on the test. Okay, and even though his resume alone, Jon Jones is, in my opinion, the best fighter ever, great fighter of all time. So I don't know why Makhachev is so mad about this. You know, I feel he shouldn't be talking about that, you know, especially because in the rankings Volkanovski is in front of him on pound for pound, and I think he's very upset about that. On the report, he talk a lot of you know about that. This is bullshit, brother. Makhachev told Daniel Cormier how Jon Jones can be number one. He beat some guy who is not the champ. Man, look his career. His career speaks for himself. This guy again don't have a belt, and they put him number one pound for pound. This is bullshit. Again, Jon Jones moved up to heavyweight, and he did what he did with Game. Was a masterful performance. That's the truth. I don't see how Jon Jones would not be the number one spot for the pound for pound fighter. Doesn't matter how he beat him. The UFC put him the best pound for pound, but other people who know about MMA, they know who is the best fighter in the world. Don't call me lightweight champion. Call me pound for pound best fighter. Let me tell you something, my brother. Let me tell you something. You should not even be called the lightweight champion because you lost to Volkanovski, the number second best fighter in the world right now. Okay? And the list goes on and on. In the MMA fight pound for pound rankings, Makhachev still sits at number one. You know why? Because these guys, they are biased. They are fucking biased. This is my dream. I'm sure I can be double champ, Makhachev say. I can be Leon Edwards. No, I don't think so. He showed good takedown defense. With me, it's not gonna be different. I can strike with the champion. So, you see, he's avoiding Charles. Even though I think he wins, you know, he's avoiding Charles. And this is led us to the next news, okay? Makhachev opens a massive favorite over Charles Oliveira in a potential rematch, okay? Charles Oliveira plus 205, Makhachev minus 350. And I think this is a pretty solid odds. I don't think this is bad numbers due to the last time that they fought. I don't know. I just feel the numbers are right, you know? Charles Oliveira plus 205 is a little bit too high, but it's gonna be hard for him to beat Makhachev. Rely on jiu-jitsu, especially because Makhachev takedowns, but he's getting confidence every day with his hands. He's doing good with his hands, like he's knocking people out, and his chin is way better than was before. So that being said, I still believe Makhachev will win, but if I could bet, I would put a little bit money on Charles on a parlay on another fights that I like it, and see how that play out. I thought the title was a little bit like a clickbait because he say Islam Makhachev opens a massive favorite over Charles Oliveira, and I don't think this is massive. You know, I think this is pretty standard odds for this fight. I saw a report of Charles saying he doesn't have problem being underdog, and he wants Makhachev to fight in Brazil in November. But guess what? Makhachev is not going to Brazil, and you guys know he wants to go to Abu Dhabi. And you know UFC likes the Abu Dhabi money. The sheikhs over there, they have a lot of money, and they own a little bit of UFC. So you know they want to put this rematch, if the rematch happens, You know, I think made a lot of sense. I don't see another fight. A lot of people saying BMF title should fight for the title next, you know, who wins the BMF title. But I don't think so. I think it's Charles. I think he has to take advantage. He can win the fight, even though I think it's a very hard fight for him stylistically, okay? But trust me, that fight's not happening in Brazil. There is not a chance of they fighting for the UFC lightweight title in Brazil, okay? And let's go to the other news. This is old news, you know, but I want to talk about that because Juliana Pena made a statement telling she's the great fighter of all time, according to me, is me. So the great female fighter of all time, according to me, is me. You want to know why? Because I'm not a fighter, I'm a warrior. That was she said, and to me, doesn't make any sense because maybe she's learning English like me. Maybe her English not make sense yet. But look at that. How can you be the best fighter if you're not fighter? You're a warrior. I just don't know. You know, it's very hard for me to understand what she said, but it is what it is. And I feel with Amanda's retirement, the division is gonna be too shallow. But let's see, maybe she can get the belt again. I never thought she was like, I never thought she would beat Amanda, and she did on the first fight. But the second fight was a domination. So let's see how this play out, and let's see what happens with MMA division after Amanda. I don't know. You know, it's hard to say. And just to remember you guys, we soon gonna be recording the Money Podcast. And thank you so much. Appreciate that. And always remember, Money Moicano channel, the fastest growing MMA channel in the world, okay? See you guys in the next one. That was the MMA news by Money Moicano. Os.